Now, what about Grace Tame? I just mentioned her. I had the first crack at this topic yesterday and it's gone off all right. What's annoying, although completely predictable, is the way the left, meaning most journalists for starters and the ABC and the Twitter crowd, you know the lot, they all cheer her, saying that being rude and graceless doesn't matter for her. The same old double standards. Check the time on your watch, remember, when Tony Abbott checked the time on his watch when Julia Gillard was speaking and he was branded a misogynist. But if you go out of your way to show disdain and hatred towards a coalition Prime Minister, apparently you're a hero. If the left didn't have double standards, they'd have no standards at all, of course. Now, one of my old work colleagues here at Sky News was Peter Van Onselen. He's now at Channel 10. We both write for The Australian still. I don't think, actually, when you think back over many, many years, I've ever agreed, the two of us actually, has ever agreed on any political issue or assessment. But he was right yesterday in calling out Grace Tame's graceless behaviour, and he wrote about it in a piece on the Australian website. Now, poor old PVO won't know what's hit him because he got support from the great Paul Murray on Paul Murray Live last night, and he's getting support from me now. He wrote sensibly that Grace Tame, if she couldn't be polite, she couldn't be upfront and polite with the Prime Minister, then she shouldn't have gone to that event yesterday. But when he wrote this, just have a look at what happened to PVO when he turned up at his day job on the uber woke and sort of Twitter-level debate channel, Channel 10.
I just think if you can't, be polite to the Prime Minister of the country, I get it. I said in the article, I get it, if she can't be polite to him. But then just don't go, because otherwise I think it's immature.
Amy, how do you feel?
If she didn't go, that would have caused a huge ruckus in News Corp in particular.
Unlike
but
this?
Also, but why should she stand there and smile? And why do we have to be polite?
I don't think she should. I don't think she should stand there and smile. I think she just shouldn't go if you can't show basic courtesies to the Prime Minister.
About how she was being childish because she showed her authentic feelings.
Gee, it's all about the vibe with these people, isn't it? PVO has no truck with the Prime Minister. He just called out some rude behaviour by Grace Tame. But his woke mates reckon Tame can do what she likes with impunity because they too, of course, hate the PM, hate Conservatives and reckon anything goes if you target Conservatives. Have a listen.
And because of the politics of civility, you wrote a column in the national masthead slamming her for that. You said she shouldn't have gone. She has every right to be there. She has every right to show her feelings. And if she doesn't want to be part of a politically staged photo op, she doesn't have to smile to make other people feel better and not hurt their feelings.
Yeah, and if people disagree with the point she's making, and if they disagree with her rude behaviour, they're entitled to point that out. I mean, let's get this straight. It's okay, according to these people, for Tame to deliberately turn up and attempt to embarrass the Prime Minister, use the official Australian of the Year event to demonstrate her disdain, to play to a hyper-partisan crowd, but it's not okay for PVO to point this out. They reckon he's now, that is PVO, is part of the problem for pointing this out. This is so typical. The Green left feminists can break any rules of civil debate they like. They can be as rude and as hateful as they choose, but they scream blue murder at any pushback and they claim victimhood if you criticise them. Now, as is the way with these pile-ons, some of them are now gunning for PVO. They reckon Peter Van Onselen should lose his job at Channel 10. What a farce. I reckon PVO ought to leave Channel 10 anyway. I mean, this sort of woke Twitter stuff where facts don't matter as much as the feels, that's no place for a grown-up.